Hi guys, welcome back to the Yorkshire Modeller. We now have issue 61 of the Hachette Partworks Battleship Bismarck. So issue 61 we get the second 15cm gun turret, and we get the funnel as well. There's a couple of little photo etch parts just here. These are the same as the photo etch parts that we got in issue 60 that we attached onto the left hand side of the bottom of the Admiral's Bridge, so that's exactly the same. So that is going to be in the previous issue, so feel free to go back and watch that one if you've not already, and then we'll carry on with this one. But yeah, we get the funnel, we get some electrics as well, and we get a load of screws. So what we'll do is we will bring all the parts in that we need. So I've kept all the parts in their little tray, but obviously we do get quite a few this week. It's a nice big selection of parts there, so just put those over to the side. Now I'm just going to move the few parts around because some parts are hidden under the funnel. So I'll get the parts that we need for the 15cm gun first of all. So that, and I believe we'll need the cable as well. Yes, we will. So that's the cable, that's that, and then we need all these screws here. So I might just spin that, hadn't I? Now I've got everything out and here. So just move the funnel up there so you can see that. We'll move all the parts we need for the gun over into the middle, and then that's the photo etch, and we've got the screws here as well. So first part of the instructions is turn the gun turret housing 60.1 upside down, so that's this part here with the grey on the top, and fit the gun barrels into the holes so that the pegs sit on each side of the recess as shown. So that's basically exactly the same as the last one that we got. You just sit the gun barrels in there just like that. Next, fit the base of the gun turret to the gun housing as shown, fixed in place with two 5mm PB screws. So 2 5mm PB screws, so that'll probably be those two. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Right, so 2 5mm PB screws there. Move the deck out of the way, and then we take this part. Obviously, has got the little R on it as well, so we just take that way round so that the three kind of pins are facing up, and then we pop that. Whoopsie! Pop that onto there like that. And sorry, fix in place with one of these PB screws, so it's not two, so it's just straight into the come on, magnetic screwdriver that didn't magnet. There we go. So it's just in that one tiny little hole just inside there. Let's screw that into. Whoops. So that's that. Now obviously these gun barrels don't actually move up and down. This will just move side to side when the Bismarck's all finished. So that's that bit. Take the large upper decks assembly. Identify the position of the gun turret on the bar bit as shown. So this is going to sit on the opposite bar bit. So it's going to sit on this one just here. So this is the one that we did in the last time we got one of these. So it's going to go on this side just here. So what we do is pop it on there. I'm going to try and match the angle as well that I've got the other one on. Holding the gun turret in place, carefully turn the deck assembly over and fit the cog. Wait, let's drop that down there, that might fall out. And then, where are we? So fit the cog, which is this one, on the base plate with the tab on 61.3, fitting in the notch in 61.4. Fixed in place with 3 PB 1.7mm screws. So that's the one that there's 4 of. Okay, so if we shift that out of the way a little bit. So that's that. That's the cog. Right, so There's a little notch just there in the cog that matches up to the little peg that is just there on here. So if we get that all lined up properly, make sure that sits in properly there like that, that's it. And then we're going to use 3 of these screws to attach this. So that's that attached and on. So that's all on there. And then take the cable, wrap the cable label around the end near the connector as shown. So back to the label on the cable. So that's the label around there. And then on the underside of the deck assembly, identify the recess for the switch, which is this one, if I move that out of the way. So it's this little hole just here. Pop that in there like that. And then it should fit in with that little like protruding nub part, just, turn it away from the camera, just there, pointing straight up. So that will fit like that. And then screw that into place with one of the only screws that we've got left. And then that will hold that into position. Oopsie. So if you're screwing anything like this, always hold it from underneath. That way you've got the tension going onto the screw, but you're not going to break anything underneath. There we go, so that's on. So that's the second 15cm gun attached. Both sets of cables underneath there, so that's that bit done. Now the next part of the instructions are to assemble the photo etch part. I did that, as I say, in the last issue, so that's what it'll look like just there when it's all built. So that will be in issue, that's another version that's in issue 60. It's exactly the same, just looks like it's mirrored. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do that now, that is on the last video. I'm just going to skip that step, which I'll just build and attach onto the Bismarck. So next it's take the 2 halves of the funnel and check the fit, apply a little super glue to the pegs and fit together as shown. So same as always, double checking they fit properly. They seem to be alright there, so that looks all good. So just take those apart and then just a little bit of super glue onto these pegs. We'll just slot these ones back together like that, give them a good push on the pins if you can, just to stop them from, there we go, because if you put too much pressure where there's not a pin, like on the flat side here of the funnel, there's no pin in the center, it's just like the 2 at the top end. If you push it in the middle, as unlikely as it might be, you could snap the plastic in the middle. So what I always do is try and find where the pins are, and then just, so there's 3 pins around the curved section of the funnel, turn it that way around, just there, and then 1 there and 1 there on that side. So what I've done is I've pushed it there, that clicked it into place, pushed it at the bottom to match up with that little peg there and that little peg there, push those 2, and then just pushed the very middle, which is that one just inside there, just push that one down on its own, and then what you've got is a nicely sealed piece. And that's it. That's everything for issue 61. Like I say, I'm going to do that little bit of photo etch off camera because it was done in the last video as well, so I don't need to kind of treading over old ground. In issue 62 we get a motor, a cable and a label. So I am at the moment under the assumption that those parts are going to be for, I would guess, one of the guns that we've just done, one of the 15cm ones, unless, no, because it's just a motor, so it won't be for the Bruno gun, this one here. It'll be for one of these two. So yeah, but yeah, that's issue 61 finished. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to the Yorkshire Modeller for more weekly model building geekiness, and I will see you in the video for issue 62. So as always guys, please remember, happy modelling and stay safe.